They say size doesn't matter, but in this video, we are going to show you from a perspective of a creator if size actually does matter. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Olamide Ali and you are welcome to anything photography. And on this channel, I just do everything to, enjoy myself and show you guys my progress and my journey. All right, so in this video, we're going to be doing an M1 Max versus M1 Pro. A little bit about the specifications for the M1 Pro. It's a 10-core CPU, 16-core GPU with a 16 gig RAM and a 1 terabyte space. While for the M1 Max, it's a 10-core CPU and a 32-core GPU. Also has a 32 gigabyte RAM and a 1 terabyte space. Now the difference between both of them is the fact that the M1 Pro is actually 16 inches while the M1 Max is 14 inches. Now I'm going to be doing a comparison for creators because when I actually searched on the internet for people that have actually used this product, everybody keeps giving their specifications, but no one goes into depth about actually using it and showing me what makes the M1 Max actually differ from the M1 Pro. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a very detailed breakdown. It might be a little long, but enjoy the process. I go into using Photoshop, Premiere Pro, After Effects, and opening a bunch of Chrome tabs. This is because when I actually used to use my M1 base model, I used to have my Chrome open while I'm using Lightroom, and at a point I tried to use all 4 of them and the laptop crashed. So in this video, I'm going to put a lot of pressure on both Macs and let you know which one actually does better. Before we get into the video, let me explain what GPU and what RAM affects. So GPU affects the rendering, the playback, and then the exporting, while the RAM affects multitasking and doing complex projects. So let's say you want to do like rotoscoping in After Effects, or you want to do something that requires editing for multiple 4K projects. So basically that's what RAM does. And let's say you want to open so many tabs, and there are a little bit of AI from Lightroom and a little bit from Premiere Pro, right? So I don't want to spoil the fun for you. So enjoy the video and let me know which one you guys actually do prefer at the end of the video. For this test, I'll be dropping 200 gigabyte video into the laptops and we'll know which one is faster. So I'm going to drop both of them into movies and let's see how it goes. So I'm going to drop it 1, 2, ready, go. Well, what is saying now 3 minutes. Well, this took longer to start, but in a way they're both running at the same time. This is showing 2 minutes, this is showing 2 minutes. That was like by 0.1 second or 0.2 seconds. This finished first, which is the M1 Max before the M1 Pro. That is you importing 100 gig of content from the hard drive, which both are SSD Samsung hard drives, to the laptop. So I covered an event and I'm going to be importing both of them into Lightroom, and then we're going to see how long it takes. So 3, 2, 1, go. So this is going to show us how long it takes for it to process it and then show the images complete into Lightroom. The import is already done, but we're waiting for it to show the initial previews. So what it does is it allows you to be able to go scroll through your pictures as fast as possible. You can literally hear the fan of the M1 Max. Oh wow, that is very interesting.
The M1 Pro is done.
And the M1 Pro is done, but the M1 Max is still running. This is so interesting. And the fan is blowing. Now, you can see the difference between having a 16-inch and a 14-inch laptop. With a 16-inch, the cooling, the thermal, and everything will be easier. This is how long it took for the M1 Pro to import. This is 1 minute 20 seconds, 45 microseconds, which is really good. This one finished around like 1 minute 30 seconds actually, because I kept the timer running at the time. So that is that for importing pictures. Normally I would do a quick edit, but I'm not going to do an edit for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply denoise, right, on both of them. Then I'll run denoise through all the images in Lightroom just to show you how long it took for either the M1 Max or the M1 Pro to apply denoise. Now this denoise is an AI feature that is present in Adobe Lightroom. It helps you denoise your images. So in case you have a lot of noise, all these red dots, white dots in your image, it's going to help you clean it and make it as good as possible. So we're going to apply it first on one image, then apply it through the whole develop module. So this is running denoise here. I run denoise here, right? This is very interesting. This is showing estimated time of 25 seconds. This is showing 1 minute. All right, so now I'm going to run a denoise AI effect on both the Mac M1 Pro and the M1 Max, and I'm going to click sync, right? So, and ensure denoise is on for both of them. 3, 2, 1, go. This is very interesting. I don't even know what's happening. This is showing 597, while this is showing 323 minutes. We shouldn't have done that.
Wait.
Why? Because it is going to take so long for it to finish. But should we wait and see it? This is still faster, though the time is saying something else. This is already 0.3% done. This is 0.2% done. And just to let you guys know, I'm ensuring that nothing else is on apart from Lightroom and maybe Spotify, but that's by the way. And this is already 0.4% done. The M1 Max is making noise, though it's on 5 images done already. The M1 Pro is still on 4 and it's still making noise, which is the M1 Max. But based on what we are seeing, I'm not going to allow it to run all through. From what we are saying, you can see that the M1 Max is faster than the M1 Pro in regards to applying the denoise effect, because when you check the time now, the time on the M1 Max is actually reducing, as opposed to when I said 524 minutes. I can't remember how many minutes I just said some seconds ago, but you can see from the M1 Max that it is actually faster than the M1 Pro. But the only issue, like I said, is it is making a lot of noise and it is quite warm. That is a little bit of a disadvantage of having like a 14-inch laptop, because the cooling effect will not be as effective as the 16-inch. So we are going to leave it to run for say 5 minutes, and around 5 minutes we will see which one is actually doing a good job. I was really biased to the M1 Pro at the point, but the M1 Max shows that it is actually a max. It is maxed out. Think about it. Because this is after 5 minutes and it is showing that it is on 258. This is 315, and this has gone 12 images, this has gone 18 images. Now the only issue is the fan, which genuinely, when you think about it, the fan is not really a problem. You can just do what you have to do and move on to your life. But yeah, this laptop is warm. This is not as warm, but it's still getting there. Yeah, this is 6 minutes 15 seconds, so I'm going to stop it. And as at 6 minutes 40 seconds, we have 21 done here, 14 done here. We still have 315 minutes to go, and this is 249 minutes. And this is about 747 images just to apply denoise. The reason why I'm applying denoise, like I said, is to ensure that we remove all those little noise in your images and ensure that you still retain quality. Just so you know, editing it on these laptops is going to be amazing. And it's pretty fast, because I've done a little bit of editing on some pictures. Let me show you some pictures I edited, and I'm going to show you a few that I've edited on my babe's laptop. These are some pictures, right, that have been edited in both Macs, right? But I don't want to really go in depth into the editing process, because both of them will do well in editing, right? So I'm going to do something. I'm going to do an export for both Macs. What we are going to do is we are going to export both of them. right? Just to show the exporting ability of both. And we are going to leave it at, say, 2000 for each image size. Quality, let's just make it 72 each, right? And let's not apply any watermark on either of them. And we're going to ensure that it's in the same original folder. Let's just say trial. 3, 2, 1, go. What I noticed from the few tests we have done is when you apply pressure on the M1 Max, it tends to clock and do the work as quick as possible. But when you don't apply pressure and just be like, do a simple task, this is what happens. It is taking its time. As opposed to the M1 Pro, which is like, oh, I need to meet up and everything. This is how long it took the M1 Pro to finish exporting, which is 1 minute 45 seconds and 24 microseconds. The M1 Max is still exporting, which is quite weird because you would think the M1 Max will do a better job in exporting than the M1 Pro. But the reason why that might be is because the M1 Max is not being pressured. Like, it's like, oh, let me just do my thing whenever I want to. But you can see the export time and how long it took for the M1 Pro to export than the M1 Max. And they're both 100 files. I'm going to do a playback on both laptops, which is the M1 Max and the M1 Pro, and show you what it's like in real time, right? These are both 1080 actually content, but it was shot on 4K, but I brought the sequence I'm working on is 1080p. And this is me showing you what it looks like playing back, right? They look very, very good. No stop, no proxies, ensuring that they are just playing, right? We are at 4K and I'm going to play both of them and we're going to see what it's like, right? And as you can see from both of them, the video is playing properly, right? You have more colors here, you have more screen time, like small screen real estate here, like you can see everything. It's more or less like you're working on a TV-ish. But this is a little bit more compact. You can see the shadows here. You can see the darks in the shadows that are supposed to be shadows on the Max because it's 14 inches. But this is really good. Right, so I'm going to do a scrub on both of them and see how they respond. Right, so I'm going to go to this and see how they respond. So the issue is still 4K, but I didn't auto reframe. So it is still playing both at 4K. I'm going to make it 1080 for both of them and I'm going to export at 4K so we can see what it's like. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're exporting both of them at 4K. Now, the M1 Pro has started, the M1 Max is still booting. Let's see if it catches up. Now, while we are doing this, I'm going to try and export in Lightroom again, basically putting pressure on the laptop or the Max actually, just to ensure that we have a little bit of pressure, right? So we are going to export into another folder, GH, right? And we're going to click export. So this is going to put a little bit pressure on the laptops and we will try and open Chrome. Let's open, let's say, my own Chrome and see. So what it does is it opens, let's open as many tabs as possible, right? And in doing that, we are trying to put a little bit of pressure on the laptop. Now the M1 Max cutoff is on 25%, 21% here. And let's say we go to Lightroom, right? Lightroom, the M1 Max caught up. Before, when we did this test, the M1 Pro was doing better than the M1 Max. But now I've applied a little bit of pressure, right? The M1 Max is like doing it so fast as opposed to the M1 Pro. I don't think I did it at the same time actually when I think about it. But the M1 Max is doing well. And from adding pressure, you can see that the M1 Max is actually making a lot of noise. The M1 Pro isn't. Right, but this is 14 inch like I mentioned before, this is 16 inch. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing two After Effects videos. These are videos that I shot a while ago, and I'm just going to play them. It has a little bit of rotoscoping, meaning that you separate the subject from the background so you can apply some effects. So I'm going to play it now, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, right? So 3, 2, 1, go. So you can see that it played well. I'm going to go to Premiere Pro actually, because I have a sequence that I did for this particular video too, and I'm going to show you guys. So it is both going to play at full, right? No proxies, nothing. So we are going to start from the beginning for both of them, and I will just show you what it looks like. Has anybody ever told you to take a picture of that and it flopped? Or you told a friend of yours to take a picture and it came out so bad? Over the next few weeks, we're going to be teaching you guys how to take better pictures for yourself, for your babe, for your friends. This is going to be a series, so follow me and subscribe. Hi guys! That is really, really good. Noting that when I was editing, right, for both of them, I did a Adobe Dynamic Link where I edit in Premiere Pro, right? And then if I want to do any effects, I take it into After Effects. And once I'm done in After Effects, it automatically updates itself in Premiere Pro. So you can see the dynamic link here, this pink or maroon or red colored ones here. Let's say we have these two images. So what we are going to do is click, say this image, and say this image, right? We are going to do a generative expand for these two pictures, right? Yeah. In doing a generative expand, ensure the generative expand is on, right? And let's say to make it as creative as possible, what we are going to do is we're going to say add flowers, right? Add flowers, right? So you're going to click generate. Oh, yeah. So while both of them are loading, so it's generated with Firefly image 3. Let's see what happens. Note that Chrome is on, Premiere Pro, Photoshop, After Effects, Lightroom, they are all on, right? Both are done, which is so weird. So I'm going to Ctrl 0 to see the full thing, Ctrl 0 to see the full thing. Both really performed well, even though they were under pressure, or they are in a way under pressure. So I'm going to put this on repeat. Mute. Mute. So it's just running in the background. We're going to run another generative fill on this image, right? Control O, Control O. We'll say add the ocean, right? Add the ocean, and let's just press enter for both of them, right? And you can see that they are both loading. This added the ocean, this didn't add the ocean, but you can see that the M1 Pro finished before the M1 Max, even though every other thing is open. So yeah, I hope I've been able to do like a little breakdown technically of what it looks like, of what each of them can do under pressure and with different scenarios. And I want to show you guys what the audio for both of the laptops sound like. It is magnificent in a way. This is what the M1 Pro sounds like. Has your baby ever told you to take a picture of her and it flopped? Or you've told a friend of yours to take your picture and it came out so bad? Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to take better pictures for yourself, for your babe, for your friends. And this is going to be a series, so follow me and subscribe. Hi guys! That's what the M1 Pro sounds really good, right? So let's go to the M1 Pro, M1 Max actually. Has your baby ever told you to take a picture of her and it flopped? Or you've told a friend of yours to take your picture and it came out so bad? Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to take better pictures for yourself, for your babe, for your friends. And this is going to be a series, so follow me and subscribe. Hi guys! You can hear the bass in the M1 Pro as opposed to the M1 Max. But like I said, the difference in both of them is the fact that this has a 16-inch and the mic or the loudspeaker here is way more than this. This is like ×2 of this, right? And that's that about everything that's regards practical. This is my verdict on either the M1 Pro or the M1 Max. Now, a few things you might have noticed from the video or from watching, the M1 Pro does well better in cooling and less fan noise because it's at about 16 inches, and with 16 inches you have a more large surface area as opposed to the 14 inches. The 14 inches M1 Max had a lot of noise and there was a lot of lagging ish, but when you apply pressure on the M1 Max you would see that it actually outdid the M1 Pro. Also for battery life, the M1 Pro actually has a longer and better battery life because over like say 2-3 hours of using it, putting it under pressure the same way I was doing on the M1 Max 14 inches, you will see that the M1 Max actually drained faster than the M1 Pro. I'm going to show you a picture and a video on the screen to show you the usage over time. And in regards to it or being warm, by the time you start using the M1 Max for heavy duty work, it's going to eat up a little bit. So if you're the kind of person like me that probably works on the go, you just carry a laptop, sit on the couch, sit on the chair, sit on the table, and you put your M1 Max on your laps, it's going to be a little warm, right? So if you can, just put it on the table and work from there. But for the M1 Pro, it's quite good. It doesn't eat up as much. It doesn't you don't feel the same amount of heat as you would on the M1 Max. But the only difference or what made it that way is because the M1 Pro is actually 16 inches while the M1 Max is 14 inches. So that might be the reason why you'll feel the heat a bit. If you're the kind of person that prefers portability, the M1 Max is actually for you. Or you're the kind of person that actually prefers to use your Mac on a desk and not bother about moving it around, the M1 Pro 16 inches is good for you. The reason why the 14 inches is very good for moving around is because you just put it in your bag. It doesn't weigh as much. But for this weighs like smemos. But yeah, so that's one thing you need to put in mind when you're trying to get either the 16 inches or the 14 inches. If you're a creator and you don't do so much heavy duty work, you don't do like color grading as much, you don't do as much After Effects work, the M1 Pro is really good. Size does matter. But if you are like me, you're always editing 4K videos, you're always on the go, you need something to be able to handle pressure, and you want an overkill Mac, the M1 Max is good to go for you. But if you want, like if you're an everyday editor, you do some After Effects, you do some color grading, you do some rotoscoping and some not so heavy duty work, the M1 Pro is good for you. You don't have to stress. As you can see from the video, the M1 Pro did outdo a lot of pressure. It did a lot of projects. It did a lot of projects very well without lagging. But for me and for the 10% that actually want an overkill Mac, the M1 Max is good for you. I hope you've been able to enjoy and be able to learn one or two things, to be able to see that the M1 Pro is a very good Mac, the M1 Max is a very good Mac, and depending on your choice, depending on what you want to use it for, go ahead and get whichever one that suits your budget. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe. Actually, your subscription actually helps and encourages me to keep creating. All right, guys, bye until next time. And let me know in the comment section which one you actually end up getting or which one you are using at the moment. And if you've upgraded to a different Mac, also let me know in the comment section. All right, guys, bye.